This year, Juneteenth marked 158 years since slavery ended in the United States. A local organization is working to honor and commemorate those who were enslaved. Here to explain from Montgomery MAAFA is Theodore Lush. And Theodore, what is MAAFA?
Thank you so very much for having me. MAAFA, spelled M-A-A-F-A, is a Kiswahili word for terrible tragedy or occurrence. And so that terrible tragedy or occurrence is the enslavement of humans throughout this country and throughout the world, for that matter.
Why is it important to continue to honor those who were enslaved all these years later?
Simply, we must never forget at all.
Why is it important that we don't forget? Why is it important that we continue to learn lessons
Of
from
course, you know, there are things that we do learn from history, and we should, in order for us not to repeat some things that we have experienced. And so these kinds and types of events that we're having and the commemorations that we're having are allowing us an opportunity to simply be at peace, be healed, and never forget, as I mentioned.
Why is it, or how do you plan to honor
Sure.
them?
Well, through this commemorative exercise that we have, this is our 13th year anniversary, so we've been doing this for quite some time. We're meeting at the downtown Riverfront Park at the gazebo there on the Alabama River. And so what we're going to be doing is simply in three parts, basically. One, to honor the ancestors by pouring libations and doing ceremonial exercises. Secondly, there's a part where it'll allow us to do the kind of experience that would allow us to know some things that's going on in the news, but it will eventually culminate into us all being at one, being at peace and being healed. We'll be doing some drumming, right, and some musical expressions, as well as other kinds and types of expressions that have been part of us as human beings.
Were you intentional in choosing that location with the history there on the Alabama River?
Surely, because of the fact that enslaved Africans, as brought to any other part of this country, were brought through river venues such as the Alabama River. For example, historically speaking, the very first 20 and some odd Negroes or Africans were brought to Jamestown in Virginia, right? Lastly, as we come around, the very last documented slave ship was that of the Clotilda that was brought right here to the state of Alabama in Mobile Bay area. And those inhabitants created Africatown.
And we know just this weekend that they remembered those people who arrived on that ship, and they said their names. Why is it important to remember the names as well?
We are only a breath away from our spiritual ancestors, only a breath. So simply calling out their names, they are with us always.
All right, give us the details about this event, when and where it's
Very
taking
good.
place.
Well, just a little tidbit here. This is our fan that we'll be using, of course, being very hot
steamy. Yeah,
on that day.
That'll be well used.
And we'll be having people to join in with us at 10 o'clock a.m. at the Alabama River. And all you would have to do is wear white or something comfortable. Of course, remember Alabama being a very hot state at this time of year. And so we'll have refreshments in the form of water and ice in order for people to be hydrated and stay as cool as possible.
10 o'clock there along the Alabama River there at the riverfront. What's the date again?
I'm sorry?
What's the date the event is taking place?
July 13th, Saturday, okay, from 10 to 12:30.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Good to see you.
All righty.